What are 3 types of non-physical victimization we discussed in class? Economic, black market, psychological, manipulation and mind game, social discrimination. What are the 3 categories of sex we discussed in class? Consensual sex for gratification, prostitution, sexual assault, rape. What is a conjugal visit? A visit to a prisoner by the spouse of the prisoner, especially for sexual relations. What are some differences seen in women's prison compared to men's prisons? Oh, what are some similarities of women's and men's prisons? Oh, why do women often do harder time? We discussed 3 children, further from home, types of programming. Oh, what is a distinguishing feature of women's prisons? Feature of women's prisons. Oh, what are pseudo-families? Instead of gangs forms huge family. What is the most common cause of death in prison? Natural causes. What is the process in which a juvenile is tried in an adult court called? From 1870 to 1960s, the Supreme Court took the what approach to inmates' rights? Oh, from 1870 to 1960, how were inmates viewed by the government? What did Johnson v. Avery 1969 allow for inmates? Allow jailhouse lawyers. Oh, what is a jailhouse lawyer? Personnel who gives legal services. What did Cooper v. Page 1964 allow for inmates? Relgin. What did Estelle v. Gamble 1976 declare inmates were entitled to? Medical care. What did Lee v. Washington declare unconstitutional? Racial. What did Turner v. Safley 1987 allow for inmates? Right to marry. What are the 6 rights that inmates are denied we discussed in class? Rehabilitation, privacy, right that prohibits unreasonable siege and seizure, unlimited right to read what they want, right to vote in certain jurisdictions, prison labor unions. What percentage of inmates will eventually be released? 93%. What is recidivism? Reoffending. Oh, what are the 4 ways to measure recidivism that we discussed in class? Revocation, rearrest, reconviction, resentenced. Oh, what proportion of offenders recidivate within 3 years? 2/3 of those released will recidivate within 3 years. Community corrections. Yen. What is meant by community corrections? Offenders supervised and provided treatment outside jail prison. Yen. What are the main goals of community corrections? Humanitarian sanction, less stigma, lower cost, increased productive roles of offenders, lower crowding. How many people are on probation? How many people are on parole? Use numbers from class lecture. 4.1 million on probation and parole, just under 1 million. Oh, what percent of the correctional population is in the community? 70%. Oh, what percent of the corrections funding is spent on community corrections? 20%. What is diversion? Removal of offenders from the application of the criminal law at any stage of the court process. What is community service? Often those charged with petty offenses. Oh, how can the CJS make community service more effective? Better results if combined with meaningful work. What is probation? How is it different from parole? Post-trial/post-conviction diversion from jail prison. Oh, who is the founding father of probation? John Augustus. Oh, what are advantages of probation? Conditional release to community. Oh, what are different types of probation we discussed? We discussed 5. No 3. Straight probation, suspend a sentence, probation, split sentence. What is parole? How is it different from parole? We discussed 2 main differences. After incarceration, not court imposed. Oh, what are the 2 components of parole? Release, supervising. Oh, who was the father of U.S. parole? Zebulon Brockway and N.Y. Oh, what is a parole board? Prison staff report. Oh, What is revocation? Repeal of sentence and substitution of more restrictive sentence. O. What are the two types of outcomes from a parole revocation? Commission of new crime, technical violation. O. How effective is parole? 45% completed successfully. 1/3 of incoming inmates are parole violations. What is meant by intermediate sanctions? In between probation and incarceration. O. What is meant by ISP? Officers have smaller caseloads, curfews, employment, drug tests. O. What are day reporting centers? Live at home but report to centers in the community at least once a day. O. What are halfway houses? Residential correctional facilities that often provide treatment. What is meant by halfway in? What is meant by halfway out? O. What is home confinement? Often used for less serious offenses. O. What is electronic monitoring? Often used for less serious offenses, reduce crowd.